got a little bit of wonk to it. But we're not going to talk about it, okay? Because it's beautiful in its own way. Hi friends, welcome or welcome back. It has been quite a while since we did a 1 week, 1 skein challenge. And I currently have nothing scheduled for next week. I don't have a video planned. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I thought we would give it a shot and see if we can figure something out. It is currently like after 9 p.m. It is dark and gloomy in here, and I am about to go take a shower and get ready for bed. But let's pull something, and then tonight I can think about what I want to do. So before I even read this, I think what I'm gonna say is I want to work with something DK weight or higher. So I think I'm gonna pull until I get that. I'm just gonna keep immediately rejecting any fingering weight. I just don't have it in me right now. I'm working on a fingering weight dress. That's what I'm doing. I would like to have a really quick project with some bigger needles. So here we go. Okay, this is, I pulled some drops yarn that I got in Norway. Specifically this one, the sea green, but the problem is that is kind of designated for a 3 skein project, so we're not going to do that, even though it technically fits into my rules of the weight. We're going to skip it. So I should have clarified that ahead of time. I pulled my carnelian hand spun. Now, the problem with this is that it is poorly made. But you know what? Okay, here's what we're gonna do while I have you here. I almost said while I have you on the phone. Clearly I need to go get ready for bed. I'm gonna try and make this priority, but I'm gonna pull one more thing and just have a backup. Just in case. Let's see. That's a sock yarn. I pulled Emma's yarn, Cherry Merlot. I'm pretty positive this is a sock yarn too, and then I will get the one that dove out. Yep, Yarnable the Raven, which is actually right here. Sock yarn. Let's see what dove out of the cup on me. Ooh, Ohana Fiber Mills worsted. Can I get it? Not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping for this one to get pulled, but this could do as well. Okay, wow. So clearly the mug wanted peachy vibes today. So I'm gonna try really hard and figure out something that I can do with my hand spun. Let's do it. I think that's gonna be fun. But just in case, we have a backup that I just hit myself in the face with. Okay. We will reconvene tomorrow. I'm gonna think on this, do some research, look at some patterns, figure out what I want to do. To be continued. We're gonna do it. I was thinking all last night about what I wanted to use this for, and I thought, I feel like decor. I feel like this needs to be some type of decor because there are definitely spots where it's more loosely plied. This was honestly probably my first like real completed spin that I wasn't doing with like what I was considering practice fiber at the time. This was like my first time that I bought fiber and I spun it and I plied it and this is what I made. And it is not great, but it's not horrible either. This is, by the way, a bat that I got from Bricolage Studios, and I got it at Indie Untangled 2023. And it was a 2-ounce bat. And I have 171 yards of this. And I thought, what about a wall hanging? So I was thinking like, oh, do I want to even like try weaving with this or something? But then I was starting to look through Ravelry, get some inspiration, see what people were doing out there. And I put together a little bundle of some patterns that I think would be great, and every single one of them is free. So bear with me. I am going to show you, I'm going to talk you through these patterns that I found, and then we will talk about what I have decided to do. So the first thing that I found as a wall hanging is called Pine Root by Jennifer Zubia Leatherman. Actually, hang on. Let me move over so I can put stuff here. This is really cute. It is made with, I believe it was Lion Brand Woolies Thick and Quick. So like clearly I'm not going to have the same gauge. This is kind of like anywhere from sport to worsted. But I thought it was really cute, and it's mostly garter with a really cute cable motif in it. And I thought it was really nice, but that's not what we chose. Then I found the Limoncello Hanging Basket by Elise Legico. And this is really cute and really tiny, and I might make this with some of my thicker hand spun that I have even less yardage of. I'm keeping this one as an option. Then we have the Blossom Basket by Taylor Bento, and these are so cute. You need rings to go in the middle of them, but oh my gosh, I want to make these. I definitely want to make these, but I think I'm gonna maybe make them with like more of an intention. These are crocheted, and I feel like I would like to make them with more intention, so that I'm really picking my colors, curating the sizes that I want and everything like that, so that I can have an actual set and it's not such a scrappy project. The next thing I have is these Hexie Coasters and Placemats by Jem Weston, and I mean they're just simple Hexie coasters and placemats, but I do have some hand spun that I think is probably just best suited for something that's kind of more like a trivet or a placemat or maybe a basket, something like that, because it's just very rough. So I have this on the back burner for that option. Then we're gonna skip this one really quick. The next I have is the Aura Wall Hanging by Shannon Holding. This is beautiful and I love it, but I think that this yarn that I have that's like all bumpy and uneven would do the beauty of this pattern a disservice. So definitely something that is on my radar for the future. You need a ring to hang it or to like work around, but it is so beautiful and I just love how it looks with the half circle done like that. Then I found this hat hanger by Happy Heartsy, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have a hat. And I literally just kind of like currently move it around from place to place as it gets in my way, and then I find a new place for it, and then it gets in my way and I find a new place for it. So I think the garbage truck is coming through, sorry. I thought this was really, really cute. It looks like maybe it's using back and front post double crochets, maybe, but it looks so cute. I love it. I think most of the patterns on this list that I found ended up being crochet. There are a couple of knit ones, but I thought this one was really fun. Again, this might be something that I might do with more intention because I would want it to be a color that's like really kind of gonna match my decor and maybe like complement the hat that I have, something like that. But I think it's really fun and I kind of want to do it. Then another circular fun motif is the emerald wall hanging by Sarah Gross. There's only one picture of these, but they're super cute and they look like they'd be a lot of fun. Clearly I'm feeling a tassel moment right now. And then this one I thought was beautiful. This is also crochet, and it is the Arabesque Wall Hanging Decor by Delilah Crochet. And there's only one picture of it, but it's so pretty. Again, I think this is one that would be really fun to kind of curate the colors that you want to use and make it something that really fits in with your decor, but it's beautiful. So now, the one that I am going to go with, I think, is this Joy in Isolation by Master Yarnsmith Designs. And it is so fun. I love that it is crochet, but it really looks like a weaving that has been done. So I love it. I love it. This one has multiple colors. It says that it's meant to be a scrappy project, but I think I'm just gonna go for it with this. And yeah, that might make it a little bit more flat and have less dimension than if it had multiple colors, but I think it's gonna be really fun. I think it's also meant to be done with fingering weight held double, but I'm just gonna work with what I got. Any leftover that I have, I'm sure it's gonna be smaller than the finished dimensions of this one, but if I have any leftover, I'm just gonna go crazy on the tassels and really make it poofy. I think it's gonna be really fun. I have no idea what size hook I want to use. I don't want it to end up being so tight that it's like really dense and like has no flexibility to it, but I also don't want it to be so loose. So I'll maybe have to wind this up, do a little swatcheroo, and see how things go. But yeah, this is really fun. This is not only, is this my first hand spun 1 week 1 skein? I think it might be. But it's also my first crochet 1 week 1 skein. And it's gonna be my first non-wearable 1 week 1 skein. I think I can get this done in much less than a week, if we're being honest. But also, I'm gonna have to figure out what I want to hang it off of too, and we might have to go on a trip to get some hardware or to dig around outside and find a stick. We will see. I'm very excited about this. I gotta be honest, last night when I was pulling out of the mug, I was like, I'm not really feeling it. I didn't feel like, I was honestly just kind of looking for something to turn into a video for next week. But I feel really inspired and really good about this. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm gonna wind this up now. I have, today is Thursday. I'm on my lunch break right now. And in the afternoons on Thursdays, I go to knit night at Madison Mall, and I am so excited to bring this with me. I am also working on my 6th Ave skater dress, and that is just in Stockinette City right now. So sometimes I just might want something different. So I'm gonna wind this up so that I can bring this and maybe pick a couple of crochet hooks to bring with me and try. This is gonna be so much fun. I'm also probably gonna sew something today. I have the fabric sitting here next to me. I will show you if I do. It's just gonna be a simple cover for my heating pad that I use literally every day. So it's gonna be a really fun day. Sorry, Shandy, I woke her up. It's gonna be a really fun day, full of crafting. I can't wait to wind this up. My little baby skein. I love it so much. It's so perfect. And I can't wait to use it. I wound this up. I also very sloppily cut out some fabric to make a cover for my heating pad. I'm probably gonna have to suck it up and use the iron later, even though I don't want to. But anyway, my lunch break is now officially over and I need to get going. So I grabbed a US, I don't even know, a 4.5 millimeter and a 5 millimeter crochet hook. I feel like that's gonna be fine. I feel like the 4.5 is gonna be perfect for me. But I will test. Do I need a 4? I think the 4.5 is gonna be okay. We will see. I'll keep you posted. I am having so much fun. I'm having so much fun. Oh my gosh. Okay, firstly, I just put like I just slathered oil all over my face to let it sink in. So if I look reflective, that's why. Secondly, before I show this to you, you have to promise that you're not gonna make fun of it, okay? It's not looking its best. It's got a little bit of wonk to it. But we're not gonna talk about it, okay? Because it's beautiful in its own way, and I don't care. So, here we go. Ready? I love it. I love it. And see, we're just not gonna, we're just, shh, shh. We're not gonna talk about this. I am in love. This is so much fun. I will show you a little bit up close. Oh, I love it. The lighting is really good at showing like the different textures. I'm having a blast. I'm having the best time ever. I did basically this much. I think I did like 1 row after I got home from knit night. I did this all at knit night. I had to end up stopping because my wrist was hurting. Otherwise, I probably would have finished the whole thing in a day. I might end up finishing this today. We'll see. But so here's what's going on. I was like not paying attention and it felt so good. It was so nice to just like, yes, I'm following someone else's pattern, so I'm not having to like think about my own stuff and math and like writing the pattern myself, but also like it doesn't matter if I mess up. It literally doesn't matter because it's supposed to look funky. So at some point while so here's what happened. 1, I like totally didn't read the pattern and it says that turning chains count as a stitch. I didn't do that. So I have some lumpy bumpies. And then at some point there was like skip stitches and stuff and I was like just talking away to people and I like missed one of the end stitches and then I like didn't increase to make up for it. Whatever, I don't care. Also, I don't know. I need to look. There might be a slight math issue in the pattern where things don't quite add up. But like also doesn't matter that much. Doesn't matter if you're doing 16 or 17 single crochets before you get to the end. No, you know. But anyway, I also think at some point I might have missed a row because on the sample, the bobble stitches are below this wiggly bit. And I was on the row to do the bobble stitches and I was like, if I do them here, they're gonna be on the other side. So I think what I did is I just like single crocheted all the way across that row and then I turned around and I did the bobbles on the next row. I don't know what row I missed. I don't care what row I missed. It doesn't matter. Also, things are flaring out a little bit here because of these humongous quadruple crochets, which I don't think I've ever done before. But I think the next row is going to pull them in and I don't really care. I have I think a decent amount of yarn left. I might do, because honestly there's 1 row left before it starts decreasing into the point. I might do like a couple of plain rows and put like another set of these bobbles, like maybe over on this side down here. I don't know. They were fun. I like the look of it. Maybe I'll do another wiggly bit. I don't know. Maybe I'll weigh how much I have left and see how much I can do, because I do want to do a lot of fringe on this as well. And I think something that I'm going to do on the pattern, or on the sample, they have fringe put in right here next to the bobbles. And I think if I put it up just like one row, maybe 2 rows higher than where they attached it, it will poof out the side and it will cover this up and I will be fine. So anyway, I'm just having the best time, and we're just not going to talk about how funky it looks because it's supposed to look funky. Also, I pulled out this hook that Mac made for me of Made by Mac. Is it going to show? Okay, good. And it's super fun glitter, and this one is a special rose gold hook, and so I thought it matched perfectly. And this is a 4.5 millimeter and it works great. I am just having the best time. I'm having so much fun. I am so glad that I did this. It's just great. It's great. I'm having so much fun. Highly recommend doing something funky like this that like really nothing matters. If you mess up or go off kilter, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. I did also prepare Joe that at some point this weekend we might have to go searching for a stick for me to mount it on. But I kind of want to finish it first and see what vibe I want to go with. If I want to go for like a more natural, like actual stick, or if I want to go for like a dowel that's more finished and stuff. Also, for those following along or caring about my sewing machine saga, I made a little cover for my heating pad. You just microwave it. And it's great. I've had this for 7 bajillion years. Fun fact, when I worked at the dance studio, this was the first ever gift that a student ever gave me to thank me for helping them with their dance lessons. And so I was kind of like weirdly devastated when the cover that was on it before ripped. And I decided to make a new one. I made this one with like a kind of pillowcase basically opening so that it wouldn't fall out. And I'm in love and it's perfect, but I'm also very sad because I sewed everything just fine. Did all the hemming, attached all the pieces together, and then I thought, well, I'm going to just do a quick little zigzag stitch to overlock the raw edges and keep them from fraying, and my sewing machine will no longer zig nor zag. So I spent a while trying to figure that out last night instead of crocheting, and it made me very sad. Very, very sad. I'm gonna probably call a repair place today and see if they have estimates, because I might be able to get a new machine for the same price as fixing this one, so I need to make some decisions on that. Anyway, sorry to bring the mood down, but I wanted to share my devastation. Anyway, I'm having so much fun with this project. I can't wait to continue it. I need to give my wrist a little bit of a break. Also, I have to get back to work because once again, I'm talking to you on my lunch break, so I'm gonna get back to work. And then tomorrow is the weekend and I have a lot of time in the car, so it's gonna be great. I can't wait to finish this up. I'm so excited. It is so hot. It is so hot. And I like being hot, so it's not really a complaint, but it's hot. Anyway, it's been a couple of days. Let's talk about where I am. I did not update for the past couple of days because it's been really hot. And I've pretty much been a sweaty, disgusting mess. And I also have been sleeping poorly, so I just didn't feel like talking. Sorry. But I finished the crocheting bit and I added some fringe. I added a little bit of fringe. Oh my gosh. For some reason, I feel like this looks so small on the screen, but then like to me it doesn't look that small. Anyway, I added a little bit of fringe right here to cover up my little error, and I think it works perfectly. And then I'm going to add some fringe along the bottom as well. I am gonna also like trim this up so that it's like a little bit more even, because I kind of wasn't super paying attention to the length I was making the fringe. So I'm gonna put some fringe along the bottom edge as well, and then I do have, I think, a decent amount of yarn left. I mean, I don't know in what world this would take me, like the fringe would take me all of this. I do have an idea for using up the rest of it, and I need to play around with it a little bit. So I think what I'm gonna do is cut some fringe, work on some fringe for the bottom. This I cut these pieces of fringe to be 8 inches each. So when you subtract out like the little amount that you lose when you loop it on, they are slightly shorter than 4 inches long, and maybe more like 3.5. But I'm probably gonna end up trimming it to about 3 inches here, but I think I want to do about 5 inches at the bottom and make this a longer piece. So I'm gonna cut all of the fringe for that, work on adding that on probably like tonight, I think, as we're like watching TV or something. I don't think I'm gonna film it because, like I said, it's really hot, and I'm wearing real clothes right now. By the way, this is the Keeley crop that I recently finished, and will hopefully be having a testing call for soon. But honestly, I am just wrapping up my workday, and I want to put on comfy clothes so bad. So I think that's our plan for tonight, and then once I see how much yarn I have left after finishing off the fringe, I'm going to set aside just a little bit for attaching this to whatever I decide to use to mount it. And then I'm gonna play around with something. So I will probably touch base with you tomorrow, because that will be the end of our 1 week. And I have to get this video up for you. So I'll let you know how it goes. I still also don't know what I want to use for a stick for this. We'll see. I'm kind of leaning more towards nature than like a more clean traditional dowel. Hang on, I just had an idea. 1 second. This one's not long enough, but would it be weird to use a drop spindle? Let me get one. This one's longer. This one's longer. Actually, the right length. Would that be super weird? Now that I'm holding it up, I feel like it would be super weird. But if I could have like 2 to like balance, that would be fun. I honestly just want to get rid of these drop spindles. I don't want them anymore. They're just like learning spindles. Oh my god, what if I could just like weave this through here? You're on an adventure with me of potentially discovering a really stupid or ingenious idea. I'm not doing this very well, but let's see what happens. How does this? Okay, actually, is that fun? To weave it on here like a curtain? I mean, it would make it stick off the wall a bit because of the end. Is this stupid? Let me know. Because also then I have, this one is a bottom whirl drop spindle. So like this right here could be perfect for, you know, I could attach a hanger. How do we feel about this? Is this stupid? I mean, I suppose I could also just try and pull this off and use the stick. If it's a spindle I don't want to use anymore. Okay, I'm gonna ask some friends. I might leave this like this until Joe gets home and ask him too. And now I think I'm gonna look around my room and see if there are any more crafty stick-like things that I can use, because that seems even more fun than nature to me. And I think also if I did weave it through like this, I would do a better job and make it more even and stuff. But okay. Well, that was a fun little adventure we went on together. I will talk to you tomorrow when this is probably gonna be done. Stay cool. If it's still hot where you are, stay cool. I can't wait to go put on comfy clothes. I swear I do move from this spot sometimes. I feel like this entire video has been filmed sitting at my desk, pretty much. But I do leave here occasionally. Today, it is currently 63 degrees outside, which is a full 30 plus degrees colder than it was yesterday. If you're wondering how I'm handling it, not well. I am mad about it. I am uncomfortable. My body doesn't handle switches in temperature like that very well, and I'm just generally grumpy about it. But there's one thing that's keeping me not grumpy, and that is my finished project. I'm so excited. Are you ready to see it? Are you ready? So last night I looked around and I also found a spare knitting needle that I had that I could use for a hanger. I played around with some things and I asked some opinions of people, and I decided to stick with my gut. And I did this. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I love it so much. I also just realized my hair is sticking out of the top of my head. We're just not going to talk about it. This is the best thing that I have ever made. Is it my favorite thing I've ever made? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. Probably not. But like, it's darn close. I am so in love. I love it so much. I don't know if I want the whirl to be on this side or this side. Right now, I can very easily slip this off. The only thing I have to do is figure out how to hang it. I do not really trust this yarn to make a hanger out of the yarn and support it. I think I have a chain or something, some picture hanging material around the house that I can use. I can't wait to get it up on the wall. That will probably, hopefully happen maybe this weekend. I'll see if I can ask Joe for some help with that. I don't know where I want to put it, so oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This has been so much fun. So much fun. So I did end up with kind of a decent amount of yarn left, and I played around with this for a while. I was thinking about making, like, doing a crochet chain or something to make a hanger. I didn't really like it. I was thinking about holding it double, triple, quadruple, whatever, and doing some weaving in these rows down here, because the pattern designer did some sumac, I believe it's called, weaving through the triple and quadruple crochet rows here, and I thought it was really pretty, and I wanted to try and do some weaving with this, and I don't know. I love this the way it is, and I just wanted to leave it. I tried a bunch of different things, and I decided not to mess with it. I love it so much. So I just wanted to leave it the way it was. I just added this fringe on at the bottom, and I had so much fun doing it, and it was the best. It was the best time. This was my first non-wearable 1 week 1 skein, my first hand spun 1 week 1 skein, my first crochet 1 week 1 skein, my first time crocheting with my hand spun, my first time making a wall hanging. What else do we have that were first in here? I don't even know. Oh, this was my first time doing fringe. I don't know what else we got, but I'm so in love. I had so much fun. I had so much fun. I highly, highly, highly recommend that you all try something like this. If you have a little skein of hand spun that you don't know what you want to do with that's special, or scraps of yarn, because the original pattern uses different colors and there are instructions in there on when to change your colors and stuff. I just kept going with the same yarn that I had. So if you have special scraps that you don't want to get rid of but don't know what to do with, oh my god, I had so much fun. I will 100,000,000,000% be doing this again with some of my special hand spun skeins. I don't know if I'll make the same pattern because I feel like it was, you know, it would be a little weird to have the same exact wall hanging like all over the house in different colors. But I would make this for other people to give to them. That would be really fun. It took me not long at all, so I would definitely do that. I would take the things that I learned from this and just kind of like move the pieces around so that it's basically the same thing but like in a different order so it looks a little bit different. And I would try other wall hangings. I loved it. I will say now, I want you to take this with a grain of salt because I was not paying much attention. I definitely made some mistakes. I could be wrong. I think there are a couple of slight errors within the pattern, but it's a free pattern. It's a great pattern. It doesn't really matter if you mess up. It's very easy to fudge things. So I still recommend it, even though there were times that I was like, I don't think that math works. But it was fantastic. It has tutorials written in there to weaving and the different stitches that you need. So highly recommend. Go try it for yourself. Go try a wall hanging. Out of the list of options that I showed before, what do you think I should do next? Because honestly, I had so much fun. Like, I think this is going to be something that I do like as a quick little in-between project. I might make another wall hanging, or like if we're going someplace for the weekend and I have a couple of hours in the car, like I could probably knock this out or something like it. Oh my gosh, I had the best time. I'm so glad I did this. I'm gonna stop ranting about how much of a good time I had because I think you get it by now. I hope that you have had as much fun this week with whatever you're making as I have had with what I have been making. And until next time, take care of you and I will see you later. Bye.